would now like to introduce Gilga-Med. Gilga-Med has developed a novel compound with properties unmatched by any reported compound that is highly protective in animal models for both dementia and stroke with no apparent toxic effects. Please welcome Charles Mobb, founder of Gilga-Med.
Thank you. Gilga-Med is a drug discovery company that focuses on age-related diseases. Today, I will talk about just one drug that we have developed, which is highly protective in animal models of both dementia and stroke. Dementia alone already costs the American health system over $1 trillion a year, and stroke is not far behind. Although there are FDA-approved drugs for these conditions, clinicians are pretty much in universal agreement that the protective effects of these drugs are really not clinically significant. So as just an illustration of what is happening in these conditions, this would be a healthy neuron with lots of processes, but neurons from patients with dementia are highly atrophied and indeed eventually die. And you see very much the same thing occurring in stroke. Our solution has been to develop novel, high-throughput, disease-relevant phenotypic assays for both dementia and stroke. The compound I'll be talking about today, GM310, has highly protective properties that have never been reported for any other compound. It delays impairments in an animal model of dementia, completely protects in a mouse model of stroke, reduces neuroinflammation, which drives both conditions, over 90%, is highly concentrated in the brain after oral delivery, and increases lifespan with minimum toxicity. So conversely, you can imagine neurons that have been treated with GM310 become more functional, and we expect the same thing to be the case in stroke. As I indicated already, dementia costs the American health system over $1 trillion a year, and is expected to exceed $2 trillion by 2030. As I indicated, stroke is not far behind. And again, there really are no effective drugs for these conditions, although they have been approved by the FDA, but clinically, they don't really do very much. So nevertheless, of course, with such a large market, there are many companies that are trying to develop drugs that are protective. However, obviously, as I say, none of those have been shown to be protective in human clinical situations, and none of them have all these properties that GM310 has. We have 6 patents pending. We've done all the key animal and cell culture studies necessary to engage the FDA for approval for an IND study in humans, and we are already in discussions with our strategic partners to begin carrying out the clinical trials. Our team has more than 60 years experience in the pharmaceutical space, and we have already founded 3 companies and gotten at least 7 drugs through clinical trials. We will be required to carry out small animal studies by the FDA, and we will be seeking funding for those small animal studies. And each year, we will only proceed if we hit the appropriate milestones. We expect the FDA to approve the IND within 3 years, and we expect then to carry out the clinical trials. That obviously will take a lot more money, but compared to $1 trillion market, not that much money. The investors, however, will be able to have an exit probably by 2027. That could occur either because of acquisition or an IPO more likely. I look forward to discussing this with you in the breakout rooms. Thank you.